Good evening. Thanks for the opportunity given to me to talk on this webinar series number 6 organized by Dhanraj Baid Jain College. I'm indeed very happy to thank my guru, my well-wisher, my mentor, Dr. M. Shaktivel Murugan, uh, who has invited me to talk on this topic of entrepreneurship. I'm indeed thankful to Dr. Jagadisan and his team who has been the support for organizing this webinar series. When Dr. Jagadisan has called me to talk on this webinar, we had a discussion on various topics, and the suggestion went on to the emerging topic coincide with the crisis. There was a suggestion that what might be the new learning of entrepreneurship and what the educators can learn from this, which can be transferred to the students. Thanks for my friend who has given me a good introduction to the participants. I was just afraid that whether she is going to quote one interesting information which I want to share with the participants. Thank you that my friend was not shared that. I am happy to state I am the proud alumni of this prestigious institution, D.B. Jain College, from where I got my doctorate at the University of Madras on the subject entrepreneurship. And this is the place where I started my career, I grown, I got molded, and which has taught me lot and lot. With this proud note, I am even happy that most of my good old friends are there in this group who is interested to listen to me. I am thankful to all. Let me come to the topic. Entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the concept which we have to think from a lot of different dimensions. As Dr. Emerson sir on the inaugural note rightly pointed out, men may come and men may go, but entrepreneurs continues. Yes, whatever might be the talk for this 50 plus days of the crisis on social media, that entrepreneurship has faced lot of challenges, but entrepreneurship is not going to fail. Let me take in this notation, entrepreneurs have competition. Let me connect this competition with a challenge. Competition on a calculated or with a challenge. When we talk about this 50 plus days, there is no business, but the people are tempted to buy things which are in need for them. If they are not able to go outside, online shopping is the only source. Though if it is not in India, in the entire globe, on the developed countries, online shopping is become so mandatory that from which source they have bought the goods. On the last quarter of the financial year 2019-20, Amazon has released its financial report stating that it has had a business of $130 trillion. That means business continues. We have to find what actually is the challenge in that, and we should know how to conquer that. When we talk about competition, automatically the first quality for an entrepreneur is a risk bearer or a risk taker. Let me connect this with the risk, which should be a calculated risk on reality, R to R. There was an interesting story which revolved around the social media on these days of the crisis. There was a chain of sweet shelling shop which was started by the father who was origin from the North India, who had 4 sons who also came into this business, initiated it as a single shop, then multiplied into chain of stores across the globe. Now they have stated whatever the profit they earn from a shop, they have invested in another shop and they started multiplying. But because of this crisis, they are not able to even open a single shop, and whatever the material which was there in the sweet shops was not in a usable state, and they are even not in a position to pay to their employees. As there is a saying in the mythology, we have to calculate the reserve. Yes, in the previous entrepreneurship lessons, we thought that the investments can be made and it can be multiplied. Now we have to learn a lesson that risk should be correlated with the reality, and we have to reimagine what should be done and what should be the calculated risk to be taken. Next, entrepreneurship talks most about innovation. Now, when it comes to innovation, we have to think of incubation also. On a positive note, we have talked about a negative note on a sweet shop. There is a positive note, and another chain of sweet selling entrepreneur, Adyar Anandabhavan. On a webinar series, when the entrepreneur who is running Adyar Anandabhavan was talking, he also said this is the challenge. But what they have started, with their incubative centers, they have tested 100 plus food products which can withstand for a long time. Now they are so successful to identify 100 plus varieties of food products, and he on a happy note stated that after this lockdown is getting released, Adyar Anandabhavan is going to release this 100 plus sweets or food varieties which the consumers can buy, keep in their home, enjoy. Yes, now we have to invent new avenues of business. And the next, when I was thinking of entrepreneurship, goes on with the standard, but now it should not be so cumbersome standards. We have to find it so simple. How to reach our consumers. On an interesting conversation I had with Mr. John Alex, Executive Director and the CEO of IQAC Small Business Bank, he was telling an interesting product of their bank. Any customer who want to start an account, savings bank account in IQAC, on sitting before a mobile or a laptop or a system through internet, having a PAN number and an Aadhaar number, can open a small savings bank account with zero balance. It was an available product of IQAC, but this time, just think it of the narration what he has given. Every house has a maid to work. Mostly the maids are paid on hands. There is no concept of account transfer. But now, because of the lockdown, we are not expecting the maids to come and work. We are not allowing them to come inside. There is a restriction. But on a humanitarian ground, we have to pay their salary. And IQAC has gave a platform that even a maid who is not having a PAN card, through online, we can apply for a PAN number. With a PAN number and an Aadhaar number, we can open an IQAC account. Through the account, we can pay to the maid. In that way, in these days, they added with 5 lakh plus new customers in IQAC. Next, very interesting, we call upon the individuality. What about the process we call it? Let me take 2 examples for this. One on a negative and one on a positive. Let me not state which is a brand in the negative case study. This entrepreneur in a Twitter handle page has quoted that for the last 20 years he has built this brand, opened a number of outlets, a beauty spa, a beauty salon. But today they are not able to even open a single shop, single center. And it has become very difficult for him to pay his employees. On another note, let me take the same example of a beauty spa, beauty clinic run by IQAC. Madam was quoting, they are not able to open their beauty clinics, but they started concentrating on their beauty products. Their beauty products are getting sold and it substitutes the business of their beauty clinics. And the last notation, what I am thinking of, we call it should be systematic, but we should also think of solutions. The last 5 cases what I was discussing of the major brands, let me take our own livelihood. We are in need of vegetables, and we are so afraid that whether this virus has affected these vegetables and whether it is good to eat or not. One of my good friend who is into organic farming for the last 25 years, he has created a group and he has taught people how to make a balcony farm. Now within this period, 100 plus households has reaped vegetables out of their balcony farms. Interesting, few of them even reaped some fruits. Solutions are to be identified. Just an acronym, I was talking about 6 different process, new education on entrepreneurship, competition to challenge, risk to reality, innovation to incubation, standard to simple, individuality, and systematic to solutions. It is called as crisis. Normally, crisis teaches new lessons to us. Entrepreneurship. One of my good friend who is a law of attraction coach used to call in this way. He also runs a program called Business Wellness. He has a motto, a tagline stating that entrepreneurs alone fail, entrepreneurship never fails. That note, when we call entrepreneurship, we used to call only 1% of entrepreneurs as so successful. Why is it so? We have to learn new things from this, the new learnings. Now for the last note, we have to connect this to the educators. Every year, when the student complete their course after 3 years or 4 years, they have 3 options. They can go for placements, they can go for higher studies, or they can choose entrepreneurship as their career. 95% of the students opt for placements, 3 to 4% opt for higher studies, and we have only 1% of the students who think of entrepreneurship. Now might be a big challenge. 2021 April, this 1% might also think that entrepreneurship is not a right career. As an educator, we have to educate on this 6 new learnings what we have. Think different, make things different. We have solution for everything. If we arrive at an innovative solution, we are going to be so successful. When we talk about negative, negative might be the result. Think of positive. Positiveness creates positive results. Let the educators make even the young generation understand this new learning. I hope I have served the purpose on this topic. I am open to any questions. If you want to post, just write me. I'm there on Instagram at Dr. S.Vijay, DRLVIJY. Just post a message. I can answer to you. Thank you for the organizers to give me an opportunity to talk on the new lessons of entrepreneurship for educators. Once again, thank you all. Thank you.